everybody. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a fantastic day. As always, a free way to support the channel is by leaving a like, by leaving a comment, multiple comments, or by subscribing if you have not already done so. Welcome back to another News I Missed, where I go over news I missed. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Australia's Securities and Investment Commission, also known as ASIC, crazy that they got that name, has green-lighted the first ever spot Bitcoin and spot Ether ETF. The two ETFs will trade on the Australian Stock Exchange, or the ASX. ASIC released a set of guidelines for the ETPs after months of discussions among regulators. A new set of guidelines will allow firms to launch crypto-pegged ETFs that would make way for direct investments in crypto or adjacent digital asset markets. And then they talk about it. That's not the important part. Another country has officially come forward and has released Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs, and these are spot. That means they go off of the actual price and the actual asset, not futures like the one that is in the United States. This should be the news of the day, and it should be the actual news of the weekend, but we can be assured that it probably will not be, and Bitcoin's price may or may not actually react to this news. This is now the 5th or 6th country, if I am not mistaken, who has released a Bitcoin/Ethereum ETF that is going to allow companies and institutions and normal everyday people, if you will, to be able to have exposure to Bitcoin. And this, once again, and I wrote this on Twitter, Bitcoin should be well above $100,000. There's no actual excuse anymore. So the news of the weekend that should be everywhere but probably is not is that, yeah, Australia now has their own Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. And the news is still about when will the US do it. Not sure how long people are going to continue waiting for. Next up, Tinkoff Investments, that is Tinkoff Investments. The online brokerage of major Russian private bank Tinkoff is researching cryptocurrency investment services despite the Bank of Russia withholding the bank from launching such tools. This was not this part, but something else aligned with this was news about a good week or two ago. I don't know if I even mentioned it in news I missed. Where basically a lot of countries around the world, I think, are finally settling into the idea of how big the cryptocurrency space is going to be. They realize that they're a bit behind, and now they're restricting their banks and institutions from actually being able to get into the market. But they're still going to find a way to do so because, money. Tinkoff Investments head Dmitry Panchenko claimed that the bank's brokerage portal is considering projects related to cryptocurrency investment, but is too early to discuss specific ideas. The company is now working on research and development initiatives targeting a range of crypto-related services, Panchenko said on the 28th of October in an interview with local news agency TASS. Tinkoff Investments is specifically looking at crypto products by companies like international payments giant Robinhood, as well as Revolt and Robinhood. It said somewhere around here, maybe somewhere as well. Something about despite the fact that, local regulators are still not allowing people are still doing it because they're finding ways to do so. We had that same exact conversation when Canada launched their first 3 actual physical Bitcoin ETFs. And then we had multiple American companies who went to Canada to go and, invest in those products. So anyway, I'm not sure why countries do this. I know the answer is control and money, but a lot of times we keep getting news that they're restricting people from being able to do things, or you can't do that, or you can't buy this. And I don't know if they remember that the internet exists, and I don't mean that as a joke either. You can't tell, in the year 2021, you can't tell people not to access something online or to invest in something that they would otherwise be able to invest in online. Because that's not how the internet works, and it won't work that way, especially as we actually have a more decentralized internet whenever Ethereum 2.0 are rolling around. Anyway, so cool. Yeah, Monday. All right, let's move on. Next up in the news, for those of you who missed the news, Bookface is now changing their name to Meta because they're going to be focusing heavily on the metaverse, the digital world, augmented reality, digital world reality headset, all that kind of things. If you haven't seen the keynote, go look at it. It's very polished and very Facebooky, but it's still, I found it very exciting because I love the idea of the digital world kind of expanding in this way. As that news broke, that Bookface was changing their name to Meta, there are already other decentralized metaverses, for those of you who did not know that. And their coins have been spiking quite hard, I guess under the assumption that other people will figure out that these other metaverses exist, or maybe because Facebook's will be so large that it'll kind of trickle down to everyone else. I think Meta's metaverse is going to be absolutely gigantic. There's no real discussion there. But the ones I'm really rooting for are the actual decentralized one. As I want to be able to do whatever and talk to my friends and kind of say whatever. I don't know if you remember many moons ago. Some of you will. I remember when Facebook first started, it was kind of like a, do whatever you kind of want platform. And then the moment like parents and grandparents joined Facebook, I was like, okay. And then you couldn't say certain things. You couldn't really joke around with your friends anymore. It became really awkward to like post things that you would be posting that you and your friends would get a laugh at. And I think the same exact thing will happen with the metaverse from Meta. But the other decentralized ones will be quite fun. So anyway, yeah, that's the Meta is helping other people to make money news. I don't know where I was going with that. Alrighty, let's move on. In probably one of my favorite news stories in a very long, about a good 2 weeks, and I'll tell you why. Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady threw his 600th, geez Louise, touchdown pass on Sunday, but this tight end unwittingly tossed the historical game ball to a fan in the stands, meaning team officials had to go and retrieve it. The ball's recipient, a Bucs fan named Byron Kennedy, promptly gave the ball back because he is a nice guy. I would have held onto that thing for dear life. Brady, nonetheless, offered him a gift in the form of signed jerseys with an S and a helmet, as well as season tickets for next year and the rest of this one. Then on Monday, the NFL legend revealed he will throw in an even more valuable prize, one entire Bitcoin. A whole Bitcoin for the ball. Brady tweeted and tagged FTX, the exchange where he is an investor and ambassador, to help him make a trade. Later on Monday night, Brady posted the tweet to his Instagram story and said, "This went well for all of us." It is expected or believed that actual ball is worth around $500,000. Why do I like this story? Can someone figure it out? It's super, super simple. Maybe you're overthinking it, but there's a reason why I love this story. It's not because he was a good guy for, giving the ball back, or because Tom Brady is Tom Brady. It's because I've seen stuff like this happen many times before in the past. It is believed that this ball is worth $500,000. I'm going to assume that the entire Bitcoin that person who got the ball had, in about 10 years, it's going to be well worth more than that actual ball, and will be more sought after for at least the next 100, 150 or so years. So I like this story because I like that someone who otherwise might not have been in the market now has an entire Bitcoin, which is absolutely insane. But I'm excited for about, I say 5-7 years for us to have another news story where that person's like, I'm so happy I gave the ball back because now it's worth $800,000 and me and my family. I don't know why I gave him that accent, just kind of came out. The point is, yeah. So I saw the news. This was quite popular during the course of the week. I just realized he's actually holding a Bitcoin here. That's a little awkward. Anyway, the point is, yeah. So somebody got an entire Bitcoin. Can you imagine waking up that morning? Your neck hurts a little bit. You didn't sleep that well. Somebody drags you to a game. You really want to go be like, I'm not feeling that well. You sit there. All the excitement's happening. And in that day, little did you know that not only were you going to catch that ball get season tickets, signed jerseys, and I assume a signed helmet, but like a day or two later, somebody would be giving you an entire Bitcoin? Life is crazy. Anyway, that's the Tom Brady Bitcoin holding a Bitcoin as he's running news. And let's move on. Next up, Adobe has partnered or announced an initiative that will provide... No. They actually did partner with someone. Anyway, the point is, Adobe has announced an initiative that will provide creators of NFTs with verification tools. Adobe's new system, called Content Credentials, allows users to attach metadata to their work. Though all images featuring metadata, Adobe systems aim to prevent fraud by identifying the creator of a work in a way that is verifiable and secure. Adobe intends for NFT creators to use this feature. A digital artist can put their cryptocurrency address in the image's metadata. Then buyers can ensure that the address they minted the NFT is the same as the address that created the image. If the addresses differ, the image may have been plagiarized by the minter. Yeah, pretty cool. They partnered with Rarible. That's who it was. I was like, I know they partnered with somebody. Cool. Not the most popular news, but if you've been paying attention to all the NFT news that we've been getting, you have a very strong, I hope, idea of where all of this space is going. Everything will be an NFT in the future. You think I'm joking? You simply don't understand. Everything will be digitized and NFT'd. I promise you. Anyway, that's the Adobe partnering with Rarible to make something on Adobe that allows people to verify their NFTs. There we go. That's the verify. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, real estate developer Prometheus International has sold 2 luxury homes on the Portuguese island of Madeira. Okay, for a total of 4.7 million US dollars paid in Cardano, according to a local news outlet Sapo. This is the most expensive luxury real estate acquisition in Portugal since the blockchain revolution, and were the first 2 properties to be sold in Cardano in the country. Not the craziest news, but once again, this is going to be a withstand the test of time kind of news. I think it was 2013 or 2014. I don't remember. It was quite a long time ago. You think all the hype that we have around Dogecoin is big now? No. Many years ago, people loved Dogecoin. And there was a news story, once again, 2014, 13, somewhere around there. There was a guy who sold his house for Dogecoin. And I admit, I was one of them. I thought he was completely insane. I was like, whoa, buddy, that's a bit, that's kind of a lot. But when you fast forward to the future, it worked out for him just fine. So I assume in situations like this, the person who actually received the Cardano assumption will probably surpass the actual value of the property. Like, imagine if right now the cryptocurrency bull market continues until December, January, February, and Cardano like 5x's, like goes to like $9.50. Well, buddy, you 5x'd your investment and the property probably did not do the same. Not that I'm downplaying the actual usage of Cardano in the actual real estate purchase, but you gotta get what I'm saying. I think at this point, nobody really wants to be the pizza guy. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, cool. Yeah, I wish we had photos of it. No. Anyway, that's the Cardano news. And let's move on. And to finish things off, in unsurprising news, the American video game, consumer electronics, and gaming merchandise retailer Gamestop is seeking an NFT-focused senior software engineer, according to a new job listing. Similar to the recent job listing from Reddit, the retail giant GameStop seems to be building an NFT marketplace. It just seems logical. Once again, I spoke about this in another video. A lot of people, once again, keep thinking that it's just a pretty photo or whatever the actual case might be. You can NFT anything. And for video games, even more so, people want to be able to take their things and items that they have inside of these games and basically use them forever. I want to buy a shield. This shield looks... Has anyone ever played Ocarina of Time? Was my favorite game as a kid. And I mean favorite. I thought there was nothing better. At the end of the game, towards the end of the game, you get a shield called the Mirror Shield. And as the name goes, you could, you know, you were fighting somebody, I think, who had like fire power, and you could like reflect it back towards them. I thought that was the pinnacle of like, there's nothing better in any video game. I would love if I could still play games now and actually use that Mirror Shield. And that's kind of the idea behind this. Games will be completely interoperable. You'll be able to swap and move and do anything that you basically want through all of these platforms. Once again, if there's anyone out there who still scoffs at this, I implore you, for the love of actual goodness, please look into this. This is the same exact discussion I had with nearly everyone I knew years ago when I was telling them what Bitcoin was, and no one listened to me. When XRP came out and I told people exactly where that was going to go, no one listened. It happens over and over and over. But this encompasses everything. This isn't a simple company. This isn't a simple token. This is going to be everything of value will be digitized and NFT'd in its own way. So yeah, the news is GameStop is looking to hire someone for an NFT platform. Just makes a lot of sense because it's what everybody else is doing. All these things, and I give it 5 years, will be relatively interoperable. And I'm very excited for the metaverse future. Yeah. I do hope that you all enjoyed. I hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope sincerely that is absolutely fantastic. Make sure to do something fun today. As always on the weekends, find something fun. Go walk with a friend. Go to a movie, because we can do that again. Find something fun and happy that makes you smile, even if it's just for a minute. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.